Today I want to talk about the first doll I ever repainted. It was a really old doll I got off eBay. She was in a lot of several dolls and I picked her first because I thought she was the ugliest, and if I ruined her it wouldn't be much of a problem. Poor girl. At the time I didn't have many supplies and I had a really bad nail polish remover, and I couldn't even remove her factory paint completely, but I tried my best. I repainted her to look upwards instead of to the side. This photo was taken before I gave her freckles again. I used acrylic paints because that was what I had available. She is pretty big, about 16 centimeters or about 6 inches. That made it a bit easier to repaint because the features were quite big. I still found it quite difficult to paint with acrylics. Another thing about this doll was that she had an abundance of hair. It was quite messy when I got her. This is after I washed it, brushed it and straightened it as best I could. There is a big chunk missing. You can see it on the left of the picture. I decided to cut her hair shorter in the front and longer in the back, so this weird chunk missing wouldn't be so visible, but I could still keep some length. I didn't want it to reach all the way to her feet though, so I cut it at her lower back. She didn't come with any nice clothes, just underwear, so I decided to make her a dress. It was really tricky, but I have learned a lot from making clothes for her. I didn't know anything about patterns or sewing or anything. She is not exactly a standard model doll, so I had to make a pattern just for her from scratch and understand how the whole thing worked. I found the Delightful's videos very useful in that regard. What I did was cutting out a half circle and hemming it. I used glue because it's very tiny and I found it hard to stitch it. Then I put the right sides in and glue them together here. I made a separate pattern for the upper body. I won't go into details exactly how I did that here, maybe later on. And then I put on Velcro here and on the other side. I can't believe how much effort I had to put into this simple dress. But I guess it is a learning curve. So here she is, my very first custom doll. Imperfections and all. I'm so happy she got me started in the hobby.